Right now, more severe weather out west, the record-breaking numbers hitting California. Also, spending with inflation, what that means for the economy, that Americans continue to spend despite higher prices.
And we got alert days in effect for late tonight through tomorrow as a big storm is poised to impact the area. I'll break down what to expect and how much rain we might get from it.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to our top stories this morning, we're going to send things over to Greg Barnhart. He's got to check on our forecast as another alert day is on the way, Greg.
Yeah, the quietness is going to last probably through today, and then things definitely will be different late tonight, tomorrow. We do have heavy rain possible with this alert day. This is for southern Wisconsin mainly. We'll have rain in central Wisconsin, but this is more for flooding potential just because of the lack of snow on the ground as much. So that's what we got there. But up to the north, we still have wintry precipitation, at least with this too. That could be northern Adams, Juneaus, and probably further to I-94 north. That's why we got the alert day for the freezing rain, sleet, and a combination of all of that. So that's what we're going on right now. But currently, a little bit of fog earlier today, but everything's kind of cleaned up right now. We're about 4 miles or less. I know La Crosse had some fog earlier. Overall, not much cloud cover to speak of. Temperatures overall basically pretty good for this time of year, except you go further north or well below zero just with the fresh snow cover still and that area. But overall, you see 20 degrees here down, teens in the upper teens, low 20s in southern Wisconsin. More single digits as you go further west and north just because of the snow cover on the ground. But all in all, pretty quiet morning to speak of. Yesterday, highs low mid 30s for most locations, about average or a few degrees colder than we should be for this time of year. But all not too bad. We're going to expect more of the same today, but I think we're going to see more warmer temperatures for most locations. 40 should be getting closer to Madison and their areas. The cloud cover will stay away, so sunny skies really all day long. Overall temperatures for Madison too around 40 degrees, and once again cloud cover. We're not going to see much of that until late this evening or tonight. And the storm that we're watching too right now is the one out west that's impacting California. It's beginning to push east. That one I'll break down what it looks like when it gets to us and what the impacts will be a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Well, nearly the entire state of California is dealing with unusual winter storms that Greg just mentioned, bringing heavy rain and snow to places that haven't seen it in years. It forced major roadways to close and caused dangerous flooding. CBS's Bradley Blackburn has more on how that weather is affecting millions.
On the hilltops of Castaic, California, and the rooftops in parts of Los Angeles, Southern California was dusted with a rare layer of snow Saturday. Even the Hollywood sign was surrounded by fog and swirling snowflakes.
This is crazy.
A strange sight for residents used to the sun.
Palmdale, California. We got snow coming down.
The entire Golden State is feeling the effects of a powerful and historic winter storm.
There's my house.
In the Bay Area, kids broke out sleds to get around, while drivers in many places across the state were stuck. Major roads were closed due to the conditions, including parts of Interstate 5, the West Coast's major north-south highway. Elsewhere on I-5, the problem was heavy rain. These cars flooded in Sun Valley. In Ventura County, the fire department had to perform a water rescue. And in L.A. County, 3 motorhomes were swept into a river after high water eroded an embankment. No one was hurt, but it was frightening.
There was knocks on everybody's doors, and I thought I was just dreaming. You know, you hear sounds, and I could see people pulling people out right here.
Statewide, more than 70,000 people were without power early Sunday as the powerful winter storm moves east towards Arizona, Utah, Colorado, and New Mexico. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News.
All that snow could have some benefit, though. It's led to a booming snowpack in the mountains, already 120% of the average season. That may help refill some of California's reservoirs that have been hit by a historic drought. To some health news this morning, any exercise, even as little as once a month, can help preserve mental function and memory. A major study in the Journal of Neurology, Neurosurgery, and Psychiatry showed a link between exercise and lower risks of dementia and cognitive decline. While even a little exercise can help, people who exercised regularly throughout adulthood saw the most benefit. 2 new studies show the vaccine for this flu season have worked well. The combined data finds vaccines reduce the risk of flu illness requiring a doctor's visit by 54% for kids and adults younger than 65. For children alone, the vaccine reduced the risk of symptomatic illness by 71%. And if you test negative for COVID but still feel sick, how do you know if you have a flu? Well, it can be a little difficult, but that's about to change. The Food and Drug Administration has approved an at-home test that can check for both COVID-19 and influenza. It's made by California biotech company Lucira Health. The test is 99% accurate at detecting a negative result for influenza A and 90% accurate for a positive result. It's considered 100% accurate for detecting a negative COVID-19 result and 88% accurate for a positive result. The test's accuracy for detecting influenza B is not known yet. Flu season is just about over, but the U.S. has seen more than 235,000 new COVID cases this week. And living closer to parks and lakes may have a positive impact on mental health. Researchers from Washington State University found older people who lived within a mile of outdoor green space or water sources had a 17% lower risk of experiencing serious physiological distress compared to some people who lived more than half a mile away. Now, we all know just about everything is costing more these days, but despite that, the latest numbers show many Americans are still spending big, even on things like vacations and cars. And that could have a big impact on how long inflation lasts. CBS's Michael George has more.
Prices for everyday essentials are still high across the country. In Southern California, drivers are frustrated with gas prices.
Going up and going up. It's way too expensive.
Inflation is hitting a lot of families hard. But in a sign of a strong economy, Americans' personal spending rose 1.8% in January. Even with inflation, many people are willing to spend on restaurants, entertainment, and travel.
Consumers are spending. They're tolerating the higher prices because they're confident about their jobs and their wages.
Teresa Ghilarducci is a professor of economics at the New School. When we hear that spending is up, that seems like it would be all good news for the economy, but what does that mean for inflation going forward?
Prices may still go up if consumers' tolerance of those prices does continue.
But there are worries about whether this will push the Fed to continue to raise interest rates, raising the likelihood of a recession.
While it may seem like very good news that, growth is good and consumers are spending and so on, the market is very often all about the Fed and what is this going to drive the Fed to do.
And Warren Buffett, one of the world's most successful investors, told shareholders at Berkshire Hathaway in his annual letter that he remains confident about the state of the U.S. economy. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Still ahead this morning, an in-depth look at a fitness group here in Madison. And you're taking a live look from our Platteville camera this morning. So far, no clouds in the sky, but that's going to change come tonight and tomorrow. Greg tracking that forecast when we come back.
At Pick and Save, we want fresh for everyone.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get right to the point. It's the extended President's Day super sale at Denver Mattress.
President, what's that mean for the average American?
It means saving $100 off every $1,000 you spend.
And Tempur-Pedic?
With bipartisan support, we've allocated up to $500 savings on select mattress sets and a $300 gift.
And how will the people pay for these so-called savings?
Try 4 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the extended President's Day super sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Non-attorney spokesperson. This is a paid advertisement for legal services sponsored by Nightline Legal. Cases assigned on a random basis to participating law firms.
If you or a loved one were stationed at Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune between 1953 and 1987 and were later diagnosed with cancer, Parkinson's disease, or other serious health effects, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. Call right now to find out if you qualify.
Call 1-800-336-0524. 1-800-336-0524.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
When your door is always open, so is the fridge. At Pick and Save, however you shop, in-store, pickup, or delivery, you get the same great prices, deals, and rewards. That's a win-win-win. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
Yeah, we have a quiet period right now, but that storm system in California is going to really rapidly push across the east. By later today, we're going to see it approach here to the plains, and you're going to see actually some severe weather potentially down there where they have a moderate risk. You'll see that line then begin to expand. Low pressure forms pretty deep over East Kansas, lifts that precipitation up to the north. Changes to precip to mixed bag or even to snow up further north. By Monday, it's beginning to wrap up, and then the back edge comes through Monday evening. Then we'll have quiet conditions through about Tuesday, most of Tuesday. If we look at that, today we'll not see any issues going on. Like I said, we'll see increasing high clouds later today. Temperatures getting up into the low 40s for most of southern Wisconsin, more upper 30s, near 40 for central Wisconsin. And then later tonight, really after about 8 or 9, you'll start seeing the precipitation approach. It'll probably be closer to about midnight for most areas or thereafter. You see that line come through, and there's your mixed precipitation, and then snow to the north. That's the area of concern up to the north. Down here, you can see by 6 a.m., we're getting moderate to maybe even heavy rainfall, at least to this time period. We'll just see a break by noon or thereafter for southern Wisconsin, more drizzle. Further north, that snow and freezing rain or probably sleet by this time will continue. And then the back edge of it comes through where I think a lot of areas through Monday evening may change back to snow. Not a lot of accumulation with this, but still something to keep in mind that it will probably change back by Monday evening, probably commute for most areas. So now if we're looking at what's going on with watches and warnings, advisories for Juneau, Adams, Trempealeau counties, that is for until noon. For that is freezing rain potential. Not as lot as accumulations. You go further north where the warnings are. That's in Jackson and those areas. That's for actually you get a 1/4 of an inch of ice. And then further north could be a combination of snow, ice, or sleet. So that's where the issue's up for the north that we're dealing with right now. That's where the ice accumulation is. Like I said, a 1/4, maybe even more ice, especially as you go further north of I-94. For snowfall, not a lot. We're going to see a little bit down here with the changeover Monday evening, a little bit more snow sleet up to the north, but that really won't be the big factor with this system is the snow. It'll be the heavy rain south or the freezing rain. Speaking of heavy rain, we could have 1.5 to 2 inches in some of these spots down in southern Wisconsin, a little bit less in central just because it's going to be more frozen precipitation. But this will cause some problems because we do not have a large snowpack on the ground. That's why rivers could see some runoff due to the lack of snow cover. That's why we got a possibility for seeing some rises in creeks and streams. So if we just kind of plan this all out, we can see what's going on. More rain for southern Wisconsin, heavy potential, flooding potential with that too, lack of snow. Further north, it's going to be more of the wintry precipitation, and that's what we're going to see with that. So overall, quiet today, then all the action begins later tonight, probably after midnight for both locations. And then we see rain or snow through Monday, temporary pause Tuesday with some more, maybe Wednesday and Thursday, and that's the same for La Crosse too. So once again, it's going to be heavy rain, southern Wisconsin, more of a mixed precipitation up north, but down here flooding could be an issue.
All right, well, we will keep an eye on that, Greg. Thank you. Well, we are highlighting a local fitness group that you may have seen working out near the university and the Capitol a couple mornings a week. Photojournalist Mark Schilling takes us there.
I'm awake! I'm awake! I'm alive! I'm alive! I'm alert! I'm alert! I'm enthusiastic! I'm enthusiastic!
I'm a co-leader at November Project Madison with my colleague Haley.
All right, listen up. Here's the workouts.
November Project is at its core a fitness movement, but it's much more than that. It's a community gathering space. People come, they want to work out, they want to run, but they also want to hang out with people, socialize.
Here in Madison, we've been doing it for 10 years, and we're really just like a community.
Bring it in nice and tight, circle up.
We have everyone from couch potatoes to people who've done the Ironman 5 times.
And the really beautiful thing about it is that we work out sort of in a circuit style, so no matter your pace,
You never feel like you're behind. You never feel like you just got lapped.
you're in the mix, you're crossing paths with people, saying hi, giving high fives.
And you can't really tell who's ahead or who's behind, and we do that on purpose. We want to make it fun, and we want to make it more adult recess-like, if that makes sense. You're a star! We're all stars! See, it's contagious!
Here in Madison, we work out twice a week on Wednesdays and Fridays. On Wednesdays, we're up here at Bascom Hill.
This hill is the great equalizer.
And on Fridays, we're at the Capitol Square.
The Capitol workouts, I would say, are easier. We do a lot more steps, it's flatter. We also get a lot more people on Fridays, so the energy feels a little bit different.
The weather definitely amps us up.
The bad weather thing is like our shtick.
I think that's sort of the beauty and like the just show up mentality.
That's another thing that forms here is that camaraderie, that we're in this together mentality.
No matter the weather, no matter how crappy it is, you have an excuse to get up because you know other people are going to be there too.
Grab a partner as you come in. We got one more thing. It just warms my heart when people who meet here just for like an hour on Wednesday and Friday mornings start to develop friendships outside of that, and it happens all the time. I think that's why people come here. Find a sense of community that maybe you can't get anywhere else.
Tell your partner you're glad you're here.
You can find more information on the November Project by going to this story up on channel3000.com. Coming up this morning, a health conversation on balanced diets and how that can improve your overall health.
Call for action only on News 3 Now.
This is a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and it's designed to help make aches and pains a thing of the past. Because only Tempur-Pedic uses our one-of-a-kind, incredibly adaptive Tempur material to relieve pressure points and support your body in a way no other mattress can. Molecule by molecule and millimeter by millimeter. All night, every night.
Save up to $500 on select Tempur-Pedic adjustable mattress sets and get a $300 gift. Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
This is Kathy. She's about to see her dentist. She's afraid. Not because of the drill, but because of the bill. A big bill. But Kathy doesn't need to be afraid, and neither do you. Thanks to affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company. It's easy to get this coverage. Don't believe me? Call or go online for all the details. You could even have this free information kit. This isn't a discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance. It helps pay for over 400 procedures. That's a lot. I'm talking cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures. Bottom line, you'll have help paying for routine care and expensive major work. But if you want deductibles, forget it. There aren't any. No annual maximum either. Plus, you can see any dentist you want. Stop fearing the big bill. Start saving at the dentist. Call now or go to sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now, the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to BruxNightGuard.com and order yours today.
strawberries, blueberries, and the cherry on top. Fairlife, with 50% more protein, 50% less sugar, and a creamy taste, turns scrumptious into scrumptious. Fairlife, ultra-filtered milk.
I started saying one call, that's all, well over 20 years ago. Now everywhere I go, people say those words back to me. I'm grateful for that because it makes me feel part of something more important than just a law firm. Thank you for trusting us and for being our community.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, it's going to be a quiet Sunday with plenty of sunshine, warm temperatures, 30s to 40 degrees, but that all changed late tonight. Possible heavy rain for southern Wisconsin. Freezing rain or sleet for central Wisconsin late tonight, too. Most areas will turn to rain, but today, mid-40s for southern Wisconsin, upper 30s, low 40s for more central Wisconsin. Overall, a very nice day. Tonight, temperatures will not fall off with all the rain going on. We'll all stay pretty much above freezing except the far north. And then tomorrow, not much change with the temperatures up to the north, but because we have a little bit of drier in the afternoon, we could actually get up to the mid to upper 40s in southern Wisconsin with a lot of wind going on at that time, too. That's the big story for the alert days is for southern Wisconsin is the heavy rain, potentially flooding going on through Monday. Then we'll dry out for Tuesday. La Crosse is more for the rain, but also further north you could have the freezing rain or sleet mixture with snow. That'll probably end tomorrow, Monday, too. So in all, it's going to be an active period late tonight through tomorrow.
Okay, Greg, thank you. In this morning's health conversation, I sat down with Dr. Rupa Shah to talk about building a better diet and what might work for you. Take a look. While many Americans take on a new diet each year with the goal of weight loss, focusing on what we really eat does impact our overall health. SSM Health family physician and wellness coach Dr. Rupa Shah joins me today to talk about the truth behind the old adage, you are what you eat. We hear that all the time, and how you can create a more balanced diet for your life. Now, Dr. Shah, we'll start with this. So let's, what makes up that healthy diet?
Yeah, so a healthy diet, and by diet I don't mean an eating program in which you lose weight, but a diet in which is balanced with whole grains, whole unprocessed foods, and has all the macro and micronutrients that you need. Good carbs, healthy fats, good proteins, everything that your body needs to stay healthy.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what are some of those foods and nutrients that people should focus on first? Out of all of those things you just listed, maybe some easy ways to get incorporated into people's everyday diets.
So actually, I think one of the easiest ways is to kind of focus on what not to do.
There you go.
I think a lot of folks, we tend to eat a lot of processed, takeout, just, overly processed foods, basically. Snack foods.
Right.
And I think the biggest thing this year folks should do is let's really try and get back to whole foods, real food, things that you cook at home, fruits and vegetables, whole grains. So just cutting out some of that processed foods is a really good place to start, actually, for most people. Yeah.
Now, knowing that achieving a perfectly balanced diet can be difficult, what are some supplements that you recommend to maybe fill some of those gaps?
So I'm not always in favor of supplements, but there are some cases where if you're not, getting that perfectly balanced diet and it's hard to get some of your fruits and vegetables, taking a good multivitamin that's got your B complex, maybe some vitamin D, calcium, can be useful for some people. The other supplement I really like is fiber. People tend to forget about that as a supplement. It's so good for GI health, to avoid constipation. It's good for our gut microbiome, and it makes us feel fuller for longer, so we're less likely to snack on some of those processed foods. And then, of course, vitamin D, a really great supplement any time of year, but trying to get at least 1,000 to 2,000 international units a day of vitamin D to overall balance out the diet is really helpful.
A lot of good tips there as people, this time of year, especially just after the new year, people start focusing on their health a lot. So a lot of good tips there. All right, Dr. Shah, where else can people find you?
So they can find me on Instagram at Wellness with Dr. Shah.
All right, thank you as always.
Thank you.
Our thanks to Dr. Shah. Still ahead this morning, the latest on the East Side homicide investigation. We're back after this.
At Stanton Optical, independent eye doctors are available for eye exams whenever you need one. You should have seen me before I got mine. You're so quiet. Are you mad at me? Book your free same-day eye exam at Stanton Optical today.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get right to the point. It's the extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress.
President, what's that mean for the average American?
It means saving $100 off every $1,000 you spend.
And Tempur-Pedic?
With bipartisan support, we've allocated up to $500 savings on select mattress sets and a $300 gift.
And how will the people pay for these so-called savings?
Try 4 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry! The extended President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
Need life insurance? Select Quote found Jacob, 40, a $500,000 policy for only $19 a month. And Select Quote found his wife Wendy, a $500,000 policy for only $17 a month.
Our secret? At SelectQuote, we aggressively comparison shop up to 10 highly rated companies to find you the company with the best rates. Why pay more? Give your family the security they need at a price you can afford. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Stanton Optical is the best value in eye care. We did the math, people. For $79, you get all this. That costs over $400 at LensCrafters, over $200 at Walmart, and over $150 at America's Best. When it comes to value, Stanton Optical is the top bird.
A major winter storm, and we warned you first.
We're tracking a mix of sleet, freezing rain, and snow.
For accurate, up-to-the-minute coverage before, during, and after.
Those side streets are a real mess.
Trust News 3 Now, first warned weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Is the canned tuna you're eating exposing you to harmful levels of mercury?
Monday, our experts put some popular brands to the test, and we'll tell you what they found out.
And we're tracking our next storm system. Will it bring us rain or snow? Join us Monday between 4:30 and 7.
Right now, the latest in an East Side homicide investigation. What we know so far this morning. Also, protesting for peace as Madison's Ukrainian population marks 1 year of war.
And we got an alert day in the forecast for a large storm that's going to impact the area late tonight through tomorrow. I'll break down what we'll see with precipitation and how much we may get from it.
Good morning, everybody, and thanks for joining us here on Weekend Mornings. Hope your Sunday is off to a nice start. I'm Shane Hogan. Before we get to our top stories this morning, we're going to send things over to Greg Barnhart. Another alert day in the forecast, Greg. What are we expecting?
Well, this alert day is going to be a little different for southern Wisconsin compared to central Wisconsin. But for central Wisconsin more, we still have that freezing rain, sleet. They're going to be on the northern edge of this, so some of those areas could pick up some accumulating ice up there. So that's more for that area for the alert day, for Juneau, Adams, and areas to the north. And then for us, for southern Wisconsin, it's more for heavy rain that could lead to flooding potential just because we're going to get excessive amounts of it on top of frozen ground. So that's why we got the alert day for that. In the meantime, we had some morning fog, but everything's kind of improved overall. La Crosse was down to like a half mile with fog, but they're overall in good shape. Right now, light winds right now. Basically, not much of a cloud cover going on overall across most of the region. That will obviously change here by later tonight. Winds right now fairly calm and light, which has allowed the temperatures then to get down fairly good right now. Yesterday, mid to low 30s for southern Wisconsin, around 30, so a little bit colder than we should be, but pretty close. Right now, we started off the day about 20 degrees, much colder further north, single digits to almost below zero as you get north just because of light winds and the fresh snow cover that still exists from the previous system that we had. So if you plan it out, plenty of sunshine today, a few clouds more or less through this evening. That'll change, but overall 40 degrees for La Crosse. Same story for Madison too. Not much in the way of cloud cover. Around 40 degrees thereof. We'll get back down to about 31 at 7 p.m. We're watching that storm that's impacted California and Nevada now and is pushing east. That's the one that's going to bring our rain, and I'll track down and break down how much we expect and when it'll arrive here.
All right, Greg, thank you. We start now with new information as we've learned the identity of the woman that was found dead on Madison's east side earlier this week. According to the Dane County Medical Examiner's Office, it was 41-year-old Kristen L. Schmidt that was found dead Wednesday afternoon inside a multi-unit home in the 3400 block of Richard Street near the Old Brick Botanical Gardens. On Friday, police said her death was indeed ruled a homicide, identifying 39-year-old Justin Koppmeyer as a suspect in Schmidt's death, noting that Koppmeyer should be considered armed and dangerous and that a warrant was out for his arrest. Late Friday afternoon, police then said they were searching for Koppmeyer when officers got into a confrontation with the man at a Quick Trip on East Washington Avenue. Police did not confirm the identity of the man involved in that incident, but said he died following a shooting that evening. The cause and manner of Schmidt's death were not released, and her death remains under investigation. As we continue to learn more about the investigation into Schmidt's death, as well as Friday night's Quick Trip incident, be sure to download our free Channel 3000 mobile app and turn on push alerts so you never miss an important news update. In Adams County, a man has died after a UTV broke through the ice on the south end of the Lake Camelot Channel. This happened in the town of Rome. According to police, their officers were called to the lake around 3:40 Saturday afternoon on reports that a UTV had broken through the ice. Bystanders were able to help the 64-year-old driver to safety, but after being rescued, the man told officers the other man he was out on the ice with had not come out of the water. Moments later, the passenger, a 66-year-old male, was recovered by the Town of Rome Fire Department and pronounced deceased at the scene. Hundreds of Madison residents are protesting Russia's invasion into Ukraine as Friday marked the one-year anniversary of those first attacks. Madison's Ukrainian community gathered at the Capitol Saturday to reflect on the past year of pain and renew their calls for continued support of Ukraine. Our Braden Ross was there.
Slava Ukraini!
Song, speech, and prayer. That's how Madison's Friends of Ukraine spent their sunny Saturday afternoon at the Wisconsin State Capitol.
People come and support us. It means that we're not alone. It means that Madison loves Ukraine, and it just warms our hearts to see Madison be on our side.
People young and old came to show their support for Ukraine a year after Putin's army invaded the country. Ukrainians and American supporters alike came together to honor the resilience of Ukraine and call for continued support.
We are fighting for life. We know what we are fighting for, and we do need this support.
Ukraine will win this war.
For 15-year-old Eric Munson, the cause hits close to home in many ways.
Ukraine is going through a lot right now, and we came out here to support our friend Snezhana, and because she was actually lived in Ukraine.
When war broke out last year, Eric's family took in Shizana and her 2 children who had fled their home.
Well, I definitely learned some Ukrainian. I can say one full sentence. The rest I'm still trying to learn.
Eric's family adopted him and his 3 siblings from Ukraine more than a decade ago. He says he's proud to support the country he comes from in every way he can.
You should support Ukraine just because it's the right thing to do, and that it's just good to support a country in need and who's going through a lot at the moment.
Eric says he's hopeful one day he'll be able to return to a peaceful Ukraine.
One day I really hope I get to go back to Ukraine.
For News 3 Now, I'm Braden Ross.
As part of the protest, attendees called for continued U.S. military and civilian support for Ukraine during this time. A small town community is coming together to honor its local heroes. 2 months after 11 families lost everything in a downtown fire in Spring Grove, Minnesota, the community is rallying once again. The fire came on a cold night just before Christmas, and firefighters fought it for hours. Fire Chief Trent Turner says many community members stepped up to help that night, and he says their event Saturday is about thanking the community who rallied and came together as one in a time of tragedy.
Stepping out of their homes into essentially blizzard conditions and bringing us food, anything to help warm us up and keep us going and to help fight the a good fight, essentially.
The 7 area fire departments who helped were honored as well, and so were the area electrical workers and volunteers. The families who lost their homes have also been relocated thanks to help from the city. And more local news this morning, the Wisconsin Fishing Expo returned to the Alliant Energy Center this weekend. As the largest fishing expo in Wisconsin, the event included seminars on fishing, kids' activities, and exhibitors showing off the latest gear and boats. Each year, 20,000 attendees pack the Alliant Energy Center to enjoy the annual fishing tradition that helps promote the sport of fishing to enthusiasts of all ages.
We encourage people to come down. You know, we're coming up on 40 years here on our run in Madison, and so we love to see all of our friends come out every year.
40 years, that's incredible. The event wraps up today, running from 9 until 4. Tickets cost $10 for adults, and kids 12 and under can get in for free. Still ahead this morning, how the state wrestling tournament is helping local businesses.
There's a reason big dental bills often come as a shock, because sometimes you don't realize what's not covered until you get the bill. That's why affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual is important. It can give you benefits that go beyond what you get from more limited coverage plans. Because no one likes a big dental bill, especially if you're retired or on a fixed income. For a free information kit, call or go online now. This isn't some discount plan or preventive-only coverage. This is real dental insurance that helps cover over 350 procedures, like cleanings, fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, even dentures, at any dentist you want. Dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company helps cover preventive care, basic work, and major procedures, with no deductibles and no annual maximum. For your free information kit with all the details, call now or visit sendinfokit.com.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
Turn on Bionic Spotlight Extreme 360, the motion-activated home defense light that looks just like a security camera. It detects even the slightest motion and automatically triggers 6 ultra-bright LED high beams. Call or go online and order your Bionic Extreme 360 for just $19.99. Plus, get free shipping on your entire order.
To order, call 1-800-501-5956 or go online to buybionic360.com. Call now.
It's never been a better time for a fresh start with Feldco.
Jumpstart your home's upgrade this month with 40% off Feldco windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no money down and no interest until 2024. Warmer weather's on its way. Get your home ready now and enjoy your windows all season long.
Make your home feel new again with Feldco. But hurry, 40% off ends Tuesday. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com. Come on out. I'm on it. 4imprint, for certain.
You can't buy happiness, but you can buy an RV at Wisconsin RV World, and that's pretty darn close. Find your happiness during their RV Super Sale this Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Save over $30,000 on this new Heartland fifth wheel. Get this Keystone Springdale for as low as $185 a month, or this Cruiser Radiance for only $240 a month. Plus, get a 1-year no-charge camping pass with every RV purchase.
Wisconsin RV World. If it doesn't say Wisconsin, it's just another RV dealer.
Yeah, overall, we're starting out kind of chilly up to the north, more seasonal to the south, single digits for central and northern Wisconsin, even below 0. But then we're upper teens to near 20 with not much cloud cover. We had a little bit of fog earlier, but that's kind of went, basically has dissipated. Overall, the system towards Salt Lake, that's the one that we're watching. That's going to be playing a factor later tonight. Overall today, clouds will increase later today, but still around 40 degrees. Definitely pretty seasonal or mild conditions. Same story for La Crosse, a few degrees warmer than yesterday. Could get up near 40 once again with those light southeast winds. 2 alert days. One is for the winter precipitation up to the north, the freezing rain, sleet, snow mixture late tonight. Juneau, Adams, and further north areas could see that. And then for southern Wisconsin, we have the alert day for heavy rainfall that could lead to some flooding issues. In fact, we'll probably see some rises in areas and creeks and streams, and I'll break all that down and what that all means a bit later in the broadcast here.
Okay, Greg, thank you. Well, it's a busy weekend here in Madison for wrestling families as the WIAA Boys and Girls State Individual Wrestling Tournament Blitz is officially underway. Our Andrew Banstra caught up with coaches, athletes, fans, and local business owners who say they're really feeling the buzz here in Madison.
Boys and Girls State Wrestling marched into Madtown this weekend for a 3-day tournament. Fans, athletes, coaches, and business owners alike were swarming the Kohl Center, bringing a Badger game day buzz from the state's wrestling family.
I'm wrestling Division III 182. I took third place.
Jackson pinned his opponent to make it to the third place match. The senior from Stratford is competing in the tournament for his final time. And no matter the result, he's already improved on last year when he finished in 5th place.
Yeah, it was nice to be back again. Just worked really hard in the off-season, in-season, mornings, late nights, whenever I could, just to get a little bit better every day.
As for the Schumans, after his son graduated, coming to Madison this weekend is an annual tradition. Not to mention, the Janesville resident was of course rooting for wrestlers from Janesville, Parker, and Milton.
I'm a big supporter of wrestling, always have been. My son was a high school wrestler. I'm here to meet up with him. He was actually a state qualifier and place winner in 2020.
For the nitty-gritty, positioned right down the street from the Kohl Center, having gone through the pandemic and recently closed due to a fire in their building, this helps business.
It's fantastic. It's great to have so many people in town from all over the state of Wisconsin. It's great for our staff. It's great for morale. It's obviously great for revenue. I've been dealing with a lot over the last couple of years, so it's fun to have this kind of excitement back.
The pressure of this weekend weighs on everyone, and that intensifies when you're sending your first wrestler to a final in over a decade.
Very exciting to have a kid in the finals. We were hoping that we could do that. It's been a little while.
He's right where he wants to be on the last day of this meet, but he's ready to go.
Oh, there'll be a lot going on right there. Once the whistle blows, your focus is on the match and helping your kid do his best.
And when swaths of people from around the state swarm Madison, our local economy booms, and not just here at the nitty-gritty.
Thankful for everybody that's coming out right now. It's really a fun time for everybody and in the community. It helps boost everything. Hotels, restaurants, coffee shops, all of us are benefit from these people that come into Madison.
In Madison, Andrew Banstra, News 3 Now.
With the WIAA Boys and Girls Wrestling wrapping up, local businesses tell us they're already gearing up for the girls and boys basketball tournament that's upcoming in March. And we'll have a more recap of the tourney that's coming up in a few minutes in sports. Across the state in lacrosse, history fans had the chance to learn more about a local celebrity. George Pogue was the first African-American to medal in the Olympics. He was a graduate of La Crosse High School and then later attended UW-Madison before going on to win Olympic bronze twice in the 1904 Games. Dr. David Waters spoke about Pogue during an event at the La Crosse Area Heritage Center. He says that in history, it's the little things that matter.
It's like a little stream going on and on and on, that little things we can do in his honor. We can't do great things like Martin Luther King, but we can do small things great.
Waters is a leading scholar on the history of George Pogue and his accomplishments. At the event, Waters recapped Pogue's life and presented new research to guests in attendance. Still ahead this morning, a full recap coming up on the results of the state wrestling tournament. And you're taking a live look over the Capitol this morning. Greg has the forecast when we come back.
Sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
Research shows people remember ads with a catchy song. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's a little number you'll never forget.
Did you know that Liberty Mutual
Only pay for what you need. Only pay for what you need. Custom home insurance created for you all. Now the song is done, back to living in your wall.
They're just gonna live in there?
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
First, there's sour. And then, there's sweet.
Yeah, you know we get it poppin' like that. Sweet and sour like the best.
Sour Patch Kids. Sour, sweet, gone.
When the hands that do the fixing need fixing. When the hands that do the caring need caring. That's a job for O'Keeffe's Working Hands. It's America's #1 selling hand cream and guaranteed relief for extremely dry, cracked hands. Also available in O'Keeffe's Lip Repair.
Are you waking up in the morning with a sore jaw, headaches, maybe even ringing in your ears, all because you're grinding and clenching your teeth at night? That's exactly what was going on with me. That's when I found this, the Brux Night Guard. Now the Brux Night Guard redirects the bite force away from the back teeth, reducing jaw pain while still protecting the teeth. This unique design is what makes Brux Night Guard different from all other traditional grind guards. Go to bruxnightguard.com and order yours today.
Struggling with the highs and lows of bipolar 1? Ask about Vraylar. Because you are greater than your bipolar 1. And you can help take control of your symptoms with Vraylar. Some medicines only treat the lows or highs. Vraylar treats depressive, acute manic, and mixed episodes of bipolar 1 in adults. Proven full-spectrum relief for all bipolar 1 symptoms. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke. Call your doctor about unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults. Report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, which may mean a life-threatening reaction, or uncontrollable muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Sleepiness and stomach issues are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks. Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie could help you save.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Yeah, we're going to have a quiet stretch here just for about another 18 hours or so, and then things are really going to be ramping up with the rain and the wind. Really, that system that's going to begin to push out to the plains can provide some severe weather for the plain areas, and then it's going to deepen, push north, that rain band, that rain shield, and then actually to the northern edge is it. That's where the snow and or freezing rain sleet mixture wraps up later tomorrow. We'll have the back edge come through probably Monday evening, and then everything should clear out as we get towards Monday night into Tuesday. But we're still going to go through a period. If we time that out today, no issues to speak of. The cloud cover will not increase really till later this afternoon. More likely this evening, we'll still get in the low 40s for southern Wisconsin, more mid-30s and upper 30s for central Wisconsin. Here you can see at 6 to 7 and 8, the cloud cover increases. Then by after 10 and closer to midnight, you'll start seeing the first band move up with moderate to heavy rainfall. The leading edge is where you could see that freezing rain to sleet to snow, more for central and further north. All areas will probably switch to rain, and then a break in the action tomorrow early afternoon before the back edge comes through, and that's when areas in southern Wisconsin may actually see a changeover briefly to snow or a mixture through Monday evening with not much accumulation to speak of. Even in central Wisconsin, we're not seeing a lot of snow accumulation. That's more going to be for the ice further north. Winter weather advisories for Juneau, Adams County. You have warnings further north for Clark and Jackson, and that's for the ice accumulation predominantly, maybe a tenth to a quarter here, potentially more for a quarter or higher, and then you add the winds in the combination with that ice. That's what they're looking for. Here's the thing about the ice. It could be a tenth to almost 3/10. If you combine that with wind, you could have some power outages, branches, and issues like that if we accumulate enough ice. So that's what the issue is up there as we go further north. And the snowfall, we didn't say it's going to be much of a big deal. It's really going to be the ice, a few flakes down here, but overall it's the ice that's really going to be the issue with this storm. Southern Wisconsin, it's the rain, 1.5, 2 inches, maybe towards Iowa. Whole area could see 1 inch to 1.5 inches depending on how things play out. So definitely a lot of rain to play with when you have a frozen ground this time of year. That can lead to some runoff, with runoff leading to some flood. We're already starting to see some forecasts of these creeks and rivers reaching some minor flood stages. So something to keep in mind of through Tuesday and even through Wednesday as all that water gets into the system here, and we could see some rises. That's the system breakdown. The heavy rain to the south, to the north is actually that for the winter precipitation. Good conditions today. Not going to be much of a problem, but then, like I said, everything comes down later tonight after midnight for the rain and the wind. Mixed precipitation up to the north. Everything calms down, but to get to Monday evening, Tuesday looks calm. Maybe some more chances coming for Wednesday and Thursday. But like I said, overall, it's the big story is the next probably through Sunday night and Monday morning is for the heavy rain down here. Once again, it does take time for that water to get into the river system, so river issues could go on for a couple days. But if you got stuff hanging around, snow, ice, something to keep in mind of, you might have some ponding of the water if you don't clear it.
Yeah, all right, well, we will keep an eye on that all week, Greg. Thank you. Well, Championship Saturday returned. High school wrestlers from all over have been competing for the last few days with the hopes of not only advancing to yesterday's finals, but hopefully being the ones standing atop the podium. Starting in Division I at 220, Milton's Aiden Sinclair won it all last year and went back-to-back. The Red Hawk dominated his way to a second straight title with a 12-6 decision. Dodgeville dominated the lightweights at 106 pounds. Haken Peterson capped off an undefeated freshman season with a 14-7 decision. Teammates Charlie Might and Reed Spurley were also crowned champs. At 132, Evansville's Danny Heiser gets a 3-period escape on his way to back-to-back titles. And speaking of back-to-back champs, Lodi's Zane Licht wins his second straight 152-pound title with a 6-1 decision.
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, just my coaches telling me every day that I have the chance to do such great things, and just believing in them, it feels great to know that. 2-time state champ, and I ended undefeated.
Amazing. I'm on track to be 4-time state champ, and like that's the goal, and I'm halfway there, so not done yet.
Well, it was a banner day for Mineral Point. First at 138, Lucas Sullivan finally breaking through the takedown there, part of a 7-2 decision to cap off his senior year as a champ. Then teammate Taryn Riley following suit, a 3-point near fall, part of his 9-0 major win. And at 160, Fenimore's Tristan Stelt wins his first state championship with an 8-3 decision.
Feels great. I've been waiting 4 years to do this, been in the finals 3 times. I finally got it done.
You know, I got second the last 2 years, and I qualified my freshman year. It's a dream come true. I've been waiting for this day since 4th grade. I've dreamed about it. I've thought about it every day. I know that.
Sun Prairie's Bopa Quintana won it all last year at 114 and finished the job again. She gets the sudden victory takedown to win her second title at 114. Then at 132, Mineral Point's Kylie Rule with an exclamation point on her wrestling career. She wins with a pin to go back-to-back as a senior.
It meant a lot to me, I had to take the title again, claim my title, No one's going to be able to take it from me now, senior year. I'm really excited.
I was like, I did it again, and I know everyone's here to see it, and yeah, I was just happy to be there.
When we come back, a potential record bloom for DC's iconic trees. We're back after this.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show and sale, Bike-O-Rama's at Madison's Alliant Energy Center, March 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Test ride the best bicycles and e-bikes indoors.
Factory reps can answer your questions about the new bike model.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Bike-O-Rama, March 10th, 11th, and 12th at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'll get right to the point. It's the extended President's Day super sale at Denver Mattress.
President, what's that mean for the average American?
It means saving $100 off every $1,000 you spend.
And Tempur-Pedic?
With bipartisan support, we've allocated up to $500 savings on select mattress sets and a $300 gift.
And how will the people pay for these so-called savings?
Try 4 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry! The extended President's Day super sale at Denver Mattress ends soon.
It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. Get started on your next Ford SUV, like Bronco, Explorer, or the new Escape. Get here to get a deal on the SUV's #1 in brand loyalty. It's Auto Show. The deals start now, and so should you. During Auto Show, choose Flex Buy on Escape, Edge, or Explorer with 3.9% APR financing for 66 months plus 1,000 Auto Show cash.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it. 4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Alien tape is strong enough to hold this fishbowl on a moving car. Just peel and stick and make anything stay in place quick. A wooden shelf, a basket to glass, rugs to the floor, and so much more. Alien tape sticks to brick, pavers, marble, tile, plastic, even leather. Nothing works better. Alien tape secures in seconds, then twist, pull, and rinse to reuse. You're dying to try it. Here's your chance to buy it.
Call 1-800-490-1347 or go to tryalientape.com. That's 1-800-490-1347.
The world's largest consumer bicycle show and sale, Bike-O-Rama's at Madison's Alliant Energy Center, March 10th, 11th, and 12th.
Test ride the best bicycles and e-bikes indoors.
Factory reps can answer your questions about the new bike model.
All at the lowest prices of the year.
Bike-O-Rama, March 10th, 11th, and 12th at Madison's Alliant Energy Center.
Some call it crazy, but in bike-friendly Madison,
There's really no such thing as too cold for cycling.
so when the snow flies, a growing number of bike enthusiasts just keep on pedaling.
Anyone who can bike in the winter.
Give it a shot. It's a good time.
News 3 Now's Tahalil Muhaddin finds out what it takes to make the commitment from the gear
These are probably pretty high on the must-have.
to try to true tips for staying safe in the saddle. Hitting the road with snow bikers, Monday on News 3 Now at 10.
Finally this morning, Washington, D.C.'s iconic cherry trees could be in line for another early bloom this year. Among thousands of Yoshino cherry trees along the Tidal Basin is the so-called indicator tree. The National Park Service says that tree has already begun to bud, revealing the first stage of the bloom cycle. Officials believe it's a sign that spring and cherry blossom season is again on the way early amid well above average temperatures for February. I think it was like almost 80 degrees in Washington, D.C. the other day. The earliest peak bloom on record is March 15th. That happened back in 1990. It's a date that could be in play this year. Last year's peak bloom hit on the 25th of March. A normal peak bloom for the cherry trees falls around late March to early April. I've never seen the cherry blossoms out in D.C., but man, people go just for that. It's pretty beautiful. All right, Greg, before we go, how about one more check of the weather? We've got an alert day in the
Yeah,
forecast.
we do. Like I said, today's going to be quiet and nice. It's really tonight is what we're looking at, so that's the thing. Rain late tonight, tomorrow. Freezing rain, sleet further north, that's briefly, but the heavy rain south, that's going to be more of a flooding issue. There's your temperatures for today. Should be fairly nice. And then tonight, and then tomorrow too, when all the rain and stuff comes. So pay attention to the rivers and streams.
All right, we'll enjoy today. Thanks for joining us. We will see you back here next weekend.